RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Andy's Auto Body, Tire, and Auto Service and Sales. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East's premier sports bar and grill. Shell Community Federal Credit Union, the one place to go for all your banking needs. Liberty Bank, bank local, bank Liberty. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all of your protection under one roof. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. 4204 Main Street Brewing Company, locally brewed craft beer and the area's best 100% certified Angus steaks and burgers. Calc Institute of Technology, your future, your success. C&B Bank and Trust, Illinois' oldest bank.
These two teams still have a couple of conference games next week on Tuesday and Friday, and for Alton, that's a home game Tuesday against Belleville West. Next Friday they'll be at O'Fallon, but tonight the Redbirds are home against the big bad Edwardsville Tigers, and they are wearing their black trimmed in the orange. The Redbirds in the white home uniforms trimmed in the red, and we are ready to tip it off here in the 7 o'clock hour. About 7:40 for the tip, 8 minutes on the clock. Epinesa back in the lineup. He missed Tuesday's game with a one-game suspension. That was against Collinsville Tuesday. Last Friday against Granite, he had a couple of technical fouls. He's back in the lineup tonight, and he is a load, as Coach Eric Smith describes, and he is down low as Edwardsville wins the tip, and they get it to Epinesa. He hands the ball off. It's tipped away. Good hands by Paul Harris. He knocked it off a Tiger. It's Alton ball.
I don't think I've ever seen Edwardsville overload one side of the floor as much as they did there, looking for the baseline cutter. Good defense as they deflected the pass, but it was last touched by the Tigers.
Here comes Trey Smith inside. He kicks it to the right corner. It's a three ball, missed by Golly. Inside, Smith drops it up and in, right at the rim.
Well, we mentioned that the Redbirds had a disadvantage on the height, but they can still spring and get good position, and a good result there.
Good rebound on the missed three by Golly. Now it's Epinesa with the basketball up high. Gives the ball off to Chris Colley. Inside, it's up and in, and just like that, a 2-2 game. Underneath, that bucket goes to Caleb Strohmeyer, and we're tied. Here's Smith into the lane, and it looks like we're going to have a foul at the free throw line. A foul on 34, who just got the bucket, Strohmeyer.
So there's some good and some bad to his conduct there in the early going.
2-2 game, a minute into the game. Later on, Marquette and Breeze Central. Marquette's senior night tonight. Alton with another home game again next week. So tonight, not senior night yet for the Redbirds. Here's Golly going at Epinesa. He missed it, got the rebound, and Harris lays it up and in. Paul Harris as the Redbirds do some rebounding.
Definitely a determination factor there as the Redbirds just would not be denied. First shot wouldn't go, second shot wouldn't go. Finally, they get the shot to drop, hitting the boards.
Head coach Mike Waldo for Edwardsville. Head coach Eric Smith for Alton. And here is a long three right side, and it's no good. And over the backboard it goes on the shot by Oliver Stephen, 6'4" junior, and he's a shooter.
He has 78 threes on the year. That time caught the back iron a little hard, went up and over the backboard. Redbirds with the lead and the ball.
Here they come. It's Trey Smith kicking it to Golly in the right corner again. Golly's going to drive and then give it to Smith, senior. Trey Smith. Now Marcus Latham. Alton has been off for a week. Last Friday, their last game. Latham hits a three. He had 33 last Friday against Collinsville. Latham with a tray.
May have been off for a while, but he sure wasn't off on that shot.
Three ball for the Redbirds, and it's 7-2 Alton. Into the lane they go. Shot short. Tipped around, and it's going to be Alton Redbirds basketball. That shot in the middle of the lane by Colley was left short.
He made the move, but couldn't finish it off.
Here come the Redbirds, again starting Harris, Latham, Golly, Smith, and Caldwell Jr. Latham gives to Smith. And Trey into the front court. All the way down goes it Epinesa. Missed it. Rebound, no. Rebound, Harris. Up and in.
You just keep hitting those offensive boards. Sooner or later, the ball's going to fall through the net.
Boy, the Redbirds hustling to the ball. The Tigers standing around, and it's 9-2. And the Tigers would like a 30-second timeout. And what a start for the Redbirds, Gary.
Yes, indeed. The Redbirds came out and knew exactly what they needed to do. They needed to hit those boards hard. They're doing a real good job of getting position to get those rebounds, but then they're going back up quickly and strong. Good results so far. 2
buckets for Harris, as he's been making an impact the last few weeks. Senior, 6'1". Paul Harris with 4. Latham with a 3. Smith has a bucket inside. And the Redbirds going to bring, I thought it was 2 subs, but it looks like just 1 sub, and that'll be Tyon Trimble. Ty Trimble, a 5'9" junior guard, will step in for the Redbirds.
Once again, not giving much height there, but they're going to have plenty of quickness on the floor.
Trimble into the game. And 5:09 left first quarter, and Redbirds with a 9-2 start. Edwardsville 11-0 in the conference. Alton at 8-3. And a 3-game lead with 3 games to go for Edwardsville here. Southwestern Conference. 3 other teams are 6-5. Granite City, Belleville East, East St. Louis, all 6-5. 6-5 after 11.
Would you call that parity in the conference?
It is. Right in the middle of that conference in the standings. Here's Epinesa with the basketball. Out high it goes. Into the lane, a foul called, and the shot short by Mark Smith. But Smith, a good driving shot there and a good drive into the lane, and he was fouled by a Redbird.
And the one thing I think we've seen probably as much this year as ever, anybody can beat anybody on any given night, but when you're on your home court, there's a big advantage.
Smith, free throw good on that foul by Trimble. That'll be his first, and first free throw for Smith, up and in. 9-3 Redbirds, 9-4. Smith made them both.
This is one thing I noticed as I looked over the statistics for Edwardsville. They're an outstanding free throw shooting team.
Here's Trimble with the basketball. Trimble to the corner, bounces it to Golly. Jordan will dribble it back out and hand it to Latham. Now Golly again, baseline, underneath, there it is, Paul Harris, up and in again.
Harris, the 6'1" senior, putting together an outstanding first quarter with 6 already.
He's a wide body, and he's guarding A.J. Epinesa at the other end. Harris, some defense on 33. There's Epinesa underneath, layup, good.
Well, they got caught in a switch that time and didn't pick it up. Epinesa with his first points of the game, I dare say that won't be his last.
Averages 16.5 per game. Averages a double-double with the rebounds, too. 4 minutes to go. First quarter, 11-6. Redbirds over the Tigers. In front of a big, big crowd here at Alton High School tonight. As the regular season gets ready to wind down. Latham 3, no good. Edwardsville with a long rebound, a 5-point game. Here come the Tigers. Kicked out by an Alton defender there. Kicked out of bounds, Edwardsville ball.
I'm not sure that's a correct call, but we're going to have to live with it, right?
Yep. Golly comes out, and the Redbirds will bring in one of the starters, Kevin Caldwell Jr., back into the game.
And I think that's one thing that's important for both of these teams. It's going to be a high anxiety night. You need to be able to get your breaks and get your rest every once in a while.
They throw it out to Colley. Now the ball goes to the hands of Steven. Steven to Strohmeyer, down to Epinesa, and a bad pass, a steal by the Redbirds. Turnover. Here comes Trimble the other way. Up to Trey Smith. Smith hands it to Caldwell. To Trimble, top of the key. Over to Latham, the lefty. Latham, number 2. He goes to the baseline, picks up his dribble, bounces it out to Caldwell again. Now over to Trimble. Right wing, 3 minutes to go. First quarter, Latham makes a move on a couple of Tigers. Now to Smith. Jumper good from the left elbow.
Tigers with that 2-3 kind of a matchup zone, but they didn't come out and get him. And as you said, he's sitting there on the elbow saying, this is well within my range.
13-6, Alton with the lead. Left wing Smith dumping it to Epinesa. Double team, so they give it to the corner. 3, no. Epinesa lays it up and in on the rebound.
You cannot leave that big guy unattended under the basket.
Big defensive end that's going to the University of Iowa, and there is Latham. He crashes to the floor, but got the scoop shot to go. Back the other way. Strohmeyer missed it, got his own rebound, and a whistle and a foul on the Redbirds. It's going to be on Smith.
And I can't believe the way that play transpired at the other end. His arm jerked back. That doesn't happen naturally. Somebody's got to have hold of it, you think.
That's true, and I can't believe the shot went in, but it dropped right through for Latham. He's got 5. Free throw in the air, rattles in and out. No good on that free throw.
Did I just tell you about how good a free throw shooting team these guys are?
You did. You did.
I didn't wait to put the jinx on late.
2:23 to go. Free throw, Strohmeyer in the air, missed them both. You did your job,
Well,
Gary.
I will say of the starters, he has the lowest shooting percentage from the foul line, 67%. It just went down a bit.
2:15 to go. Latham has the basketball, and Alton with a lead. Latham baseline blocked away by Steven on the D there. Up the floor, Smith into the lane, fouled by Caldwell.
And that's one thing the Tigers are doing a little bit better now as they're attacking the basket. As a result, the Redbirds have picked up 3 fouls.
Well, in the Collinsville subsectional, we knew Edwardsville was the 1 seed, Quincy the 2 seed, Alton the 3 seed. And that means that Edwardsville and Alton will not be in the same regional this year. Edwardsville in the East St. Louis regional, Alton hosting a regional this year.
And I don't think either coach probably is complaining about that.
Mark Smith now 3 for 3 at the line. Here comes another for number 13. It's up and in.
I'll get around to jinxing him later if you don't mind.
Yeah, 4 for 4. 15-10, Alton with a good start and a lead. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. The Redbird nest packed to the ceiling, and also Edwardsville student section on the far side all the way up to the top row. Tigers and Redbirds tremble to the baseline, out to Caldwell. Inside, Harris, there he goes, up and in again.
Harris that time kind of camped in the lane, went down low, came up high, never left the lane, got away with it, got away with a nice shot for his 8th point.
And 17-10, Redbirds by 7 again. They led 9-2 early, now it's 17-10. Inside, Smith is fouled again as he drives to the rim again.
Well, the jumping is one thing, but to be able to hang in the air that long, I don't think that's possible.
Number 3 will get a foul just into the game. That's Kenneth Burnett for Alton. His first and the team's 4th foul, and Smith to the line again.
Shall I? He's perfect 4 for 4, 84%.
84% on the year.
Yes, indeed.
1:19 to go, first quarter, and he's at the line again.
And one of the referees is going to have to help one of the Redbirds know how to properly dress himself.
Tie his shorts up and tuck his shirt in, jersey. Here's Smith in the air, good again.
Well, you know he's good if he can overcome
your jinx. I don't think he's going to miss.
There you go, you did it.
Latham back into the game and Smith back into the game for the Redbirds with Burnett, Caldwell, and Golly. Golly back in too. 2 for 2 again for Mark Smith.
We'll work on him later.
6 for 6 in the first quarter for Smith. And it's now 17-12 Redbirds. Here's Burnett on the right wing to Latham, down to the corner, Caldwell. Redbirds stay at the 3-point line with 1 minute to go, first period. Here's Jordan Golly. He's driving inside, up, and it rolls off the rim. Epinesa with a rebound.
And still, you got to like the way the Redbirds are attacking the interior.
Smith attacks two. Glass and good. Mark Smith.
So he can shoot something other than free throws, huh?
They didn't foul him that time, but the look was a good one. 17-14. Alton's lead down to 3. Redbirds at midcourt. Trey Smith. 30 seconds left. There he goes. Smith laying it up and in.
And Smith with 6 points. I'll tell you what, he is really attacking the basket. I don't know if Edwardsville's afraid of getting in foul trouble or what, but they're leaving lanes open. Redbirds taking advantage.
They're all going at the glass at the rim here. 10 seconds to go. First quarter. Alton leading 19-14. Here's Epinesa. 5 seconds left. Edwardsville will have Epinesa into the lane. Missed it on a turnaround off the back iron. No good by Epinesa. A guard never came, so he took it himself. And after the first quarter, Alton 19, Edwardsville 14. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
You tuned into the game for great sports entertainment, but where do you turn for quality banking services? C&B Bank and Trust, a real community bank, locally owned and reinvesting your deposits right back into the local communities. Take advantage of the full range of products and services that are provided by local people at C&B Bank and Trust. Member FDIC and Illinois' oldest bank, established 1854. Now back to the game.
Welcome back to Alton High School here on the Big Z. Gary Boker and Brent Berkland with you. And Alton basketball, Redbirds with a strong first quarter as they attacked the red paint and attacked, well, Epinesa, who's standing right under the basket. He's under again, but here goes Harris. He kicks it out to Golly. Alton will reset it here. Down to Trey Smith now. Kicks it to Caldwell. Caldwell thought about a three, but he gave it up. Dropped the ball, and it was picked up by Smith to Golly. He missed it. Epinesa with a rebound, and then a reach-in foul on the Redbirds. Epinesa was fouled.
You know, I was just thinking as we went to break at the end of the first quarter, I don't know what Coach Eric Smith could say to these Redbirds other than congratulations. They couldn't have played much more of a perfect quarter than they did.
They're up to 5 team fouls now. Edwardsville with 1 foul. And here is Colley with the ball outside. Gives it over to Steven. He's fouled by Latham, and there's another Alton foul. That's 6. 6 different Redbirds with a foul each.
That's the one good thing about it. At least they're spreading it around.
But Edwardsville about to go to the line some more here in the first half. Here's Smith with the basketball. Mark Smith driving, and glass, and good as he lost Golly, the defender there.
Just a good power move down the left side of the lane. Not a whole lot more Golly could do. Just couldn't stay with him.
That's 10 for Smith already. Here's Caldwell for 3, and it's good. Left side, Caldwell.
Caldwell, that's the first we've heard from him as he picks up his first one from long range.
Kevin Caldwell Jr., 6:45 to go first half. 22-16 Redbirds. Tigers ball. And they give it to Colley, kicks it to Strohmeyer, down to Epinesa, double teamed, and he kicks it out to the corner. 3 for Colley in the left corner. It's good.
Well, that's what you call an Epinesa sandwich, as the Redbirds had him from behind and in front. Of course, when you give that kind of help, it's going to leave the perimeter open.
Here's Smith going down to Epinesa, puts it up, rolls it off the rim. Edwardsville tipped it out. Redbirds ball.
Underneath official couldn't get a clear look at that. Wisely, he asked for help, got the help he needed, and Redbirds got the answer they wanted.
I helped him a little too.
There you go.
Alton ball here at AHS. Redbirds on their home floor tonight. Big Redbird emblem at midcourt, and Latham stands at midcourt, gives the ball off to Gali. Down to Harris, baseline, no. Partially blocked there maybe by Epinesa, knocked out by Trey Smith. It's Edwardsville ball.
That's a move, though, that Harris realizes he ought to make, and he ought to convert. Maybe next time he'll go on under the basket for the reverse layup, leave Epinesa in his tracks.
And maybe get a foul. Epinesa fouling out of that game a week ago and had 2 technicals, missed the game Tuesday, and they had to go to overtime to beat Collinsville Tuesday without him. And now Epinesa's fouled. 3 Alton players there, and they were all standing with their arms straight up. Epinesa went into him.
I was going to say, that was no double team. That was a triple team.
Harris is going to get another foul. That hurts. And Epinesa to the free throw line, and he's a good free throw shooter too.
There you go.
Number 33 for the orange and black. Up and in.
71% on the season, and he showed how there.
300 rebounds this year. He has some assists, some steals, some blocks, some points and rebounds, and now he has a free throw, and he's got 5 points.
And that's 300 rebounds in 23 games, knowing that he set out the last one.
And a big defensive end, one of the top defensive ends in the nation, and going to the University of Iowa to play for the Hawkeyes in the Big Ten, but he's only a junior now.
I was going to say, there's a lot of Southwestern Conference people that wish he could go ahead and leave now.
Exactly. He misses the second free throw. 22-20, Redbirds lead down to 2 points. Here's Gali over Epinesa, no, and then Burnett in there with a good rebound, and Edwardsville with a foul.
Burnett was on the move before that shot ever went up. He sliced in from the backside, got the position. He'll get the free throws now.
Foul on Steven, and the fouls are now 7-2. Edwardsville's second team foul. Here's Burnett at the line. Kenneth puts it up, and off the back iron, no good.
Well, I'm not going to tell you then that he's only shooting about 35-40% on the season. We won't mention that.
Alton needs to hit their free throws tonight if they want to have a chance against first place Edwardsville.
That's their first 2 free throws of the evening, and they're 0 for 2.
0 for 2, missed them both. Back the other way, the Tigers in a 2-point game, 5:20 to go. Second quarter. Edwardsville drops it to Epinesa here on the block. A little hook shot, no. Rebound Alton.
I don't know if you noticed that time, but Colley had already left, given up that shot was going to be good. He left his rebound position. Redbirds obliged.
Bad pass and headed the other way. Epinesa layup, he missed it. Rebound Latham, it's Alton ball.
See what, the Redbirds are like a bunch of flies in there. They're really pestering him, and it's affecting his shooting.
Ghali's shot blocked away. 2 Tigers were up, and Gali used the ball fake, but he needed more than that.
Sometimes you don't want to let that sleeping bear wake up.
Inside we have a foul, and it's another Alton foul with 4:40 to go first half. This one's on number 3, Burnett, with his second.
I would say that was a blocking foul, and as you said, the fouls, they are mounting up. It's going to be double bonus time before you know it. Already 18 fouls on the Redbirds.
8-2 the fouls, and here's Smith at the line. That's not good. He's got 10 points already.
Maybe he's cooled off.
Free throw, good again.
Maybe not.
After the game, we announce our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game. Last night, Gary and I in Salem for the CM Girls playoff game. Tonight, we're at Alton for the Tigers and the Redbirds.
I'll tell you what, a tribute to those CM fans who went all the way across the state to root their Eagles on to victory.
Here's a shot from the elbow, missed. It's a tie game now. Here's a steal by Burnett, fouled by Mark Smith. His first.
And once again, just good aggressive action on the Redbirds getting to the boards. And as a result, they're starting to draw a few fouls.
22-22 score. Redbirds had a couple of 7-point leads earlier. After a quarter, they led by 5. Here's Trey Smith going to the rack. blocked by Epinesa, and he has it the other way.
There was a man blocking a boy there. Oh.
8 o'clock, you're in tune to WBGZ Alton. Second quarter from Alton High. Backdoor cut, they throw it away. Epinesa looking for Colley.
A little bit too much mustard, and when you throw that bounce pass, it's going to pick up the overspin as it hits the floor. Went right by the intended receiver. Turnover number 4.
And 4 minutes left, second quarter here. Edwardsville again 11-0 in the conference, leading Alton by 3 games. Redbirds in second place. Latham, scoop shot, no. Follows it up and may have been bumped. No call and no basket. Back the other way. It's Edwardsville ball in a tie game. Here's Steven, glass, no. Tipped around, he's got it again. Inside and up and in it goes.
That was nothing more than pure determination, as he's averaging over 14 points a game. Picks up his first 2.
Here's Trimble with the basketball. Redbirds have it, and they trail 24-22. Smith out to Trimble. Trimble kicks it out. Burnett. He's into the lane. Gives to Golly, who couldn't handle the pass. Back the other way. It's Colley. He'll lay it up. No. Latham the other way for Alton.
Wasn't comfortable coming in on the left side there.
Latham blocked away by Epinesa underneath. Here comes Steven, took an extra step maybe and laid it up and in.
I thought you had to say Mother May I if you made a move like that.
Back the other way. Redbirds ball. Tigers now up 26-22. Here's Smith inside, bumped by Epinesa, but out of bounds call.
I think now might be a good timeout time for the Redbirds here. So
here's Caldwell in for Golly, and the Redbirds will not use a timeout. They haven't called one yet tonight.
Well, they're still doing exactly what Coach Smith wants them to. They're attacking the basket. The problem is they've had a couple of miscues, and you do not want to let this one get out of hand. And sometimes it's good to get your troops regrouped here, but let's see if they can do so on the defensive end.
Redbirds 3-0 here this month. They had a little rough patch in January where they lost 3 conference games, but they're 3-0 here in February. And Alton 12-8 overall. Here's Epinesa, layup, good. That was too easy on the block.
Coach Waldo was calling for 5 down, and Epinesa said, I want to go 2 up.
28-22. And another turnover. Here come the Tigers again. Steven missed it. Epinesa tips it up
now
and
get
in.
The timeout. Come on.
Timeout Alton. Epinesa with a tip in, and he's all of a sudden got 9, and the lead is 8 for the Tigers. And it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a break here. Tigers 30, Redbirds 22. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At 4204 Main Street Brewing Company, we believe that great food paired with our own locally brewed craft beer is a staple in life, and we want to share that experience. At 4204, you will find a menu that complements our very own award-winning craft beers, and we serve the area's best 100% certified Angus steaks and burgers. You can find us in both Alton by the Alton Square Mall and at our original location at 4204 West Main Street in Belleville. Come visit 4204 Main Street Brewing Company today for an experience you won't soon forget.
What brand of vehicle do you drive? Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, GMC, Buick, Toyota? No matter what brand of vehicle you drive, Quick Lane at Roberts Motors can take care of your maintenance needs. And you don't need an appointment here, just drive on in. Need tires? No need to shop around. We have the lowest tire prices around, guaranteed. Stop in today and see why life truly is better in the Quick Lane. Or see us online at RiverBender.com.
Against the Edwardsville Tigers, but what a night for the city of Alton. 2 outstanding teams coming to town in Edwardsville and Bree Central.
Pretty much everybody in action tonight. CM on the road, Jerseyville, Southwestern playing, Wood River, Roxana playing, Marquette and Alton playing. Everybody in action. Trimble underneath, hands it to Harris, off the glass and in.
Well, Harris is going to be in double figures with 10 points, but Trimble's pass, he showed no fear going right in underneath Epinesa.
And lots of patience being under there at 5'9", right under the basket. Here's Smith, left wing 3, it's off the mark. Redbirds ball, it's a 6-point game. Here's Caldwell, free throw line, gives to Trimble. Now to Trey Smith. Smith hands to Trimble, who will run the offense. They're looking for Latham. He's guarded by Colley. They give to Harris instead. Harris hands to Caldwell, tipped out by Edwardsville. It's Sammy Green, a sophomore, in for Edwardsville.
I think right now the Redbirds may be thinking 2 for 1. Let's play very patiently, get 2 possessions to 1 for Edwardsville, maybe cut this deficit down to 4 or maybe even 2.
1 minute to go till halftime. 30-24. Tigers lead by 6 over the Redbirds. Here's Caldwell. 50 seconds left now as Jordan Golly has it to Marcus Latham. Latham double team, throws it up and in, but he traveled at the free throw line on a spin move.
I don't care if he traveled. Style points should get you the bucket there.
Thought maybe a foul was coming as he split the defenders there, but he traveled. 40 seconds left, first half. 6-point lead, Edwardsville. The ball belongs to the Tigers here. Here's Green with the basketball, guarded by Trimble. Now underneath, they give it to Steven out at the three-point line. No, 20 seconds left.
Steven shot that ball, and all of the other Tigers were past midcourt, falling back on defense.
Alton lost at Edwardsville earlier, 64-47 this season. 5 seconds left. Trimble to Harris, too hot to handle, out of bounds.
Yeah, when you're coming in at the guy and you're already inside 10 feet, that's a tough one to handle. Now, of course, they need one more stop to keep this a 6-point deficit.
Edwardsville 30-24, 2.7 to go now, till halftime.
They've got everybody back like they're going to try a long pass here. Let's see if they convert or if they make a steal.
Into the backcourt, Colley, long pass, and to the corner. Epinessa's three was after the buzzer. And it's halftime here at Alton High. The Tigers 30, the Redbirds 24 at the half in front of this big, big crowd at AHS. Back in Redbird Country in a moment. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
If you have car problems, Andy's has the solution. Customer service is priority number one. Our dedicated staff will be more than helpful in getting your car back on the road while you relax in our comfortable waiting area. If needed, we'll also make arrangements for a rental. Our experienced ASC certified technicians will walk you through every step of the process. Andy's Tire and Auto Service offers every under-the-hood service you need. Visit one of our 4 convenient locations today.
Timeout! Come here. I need better coverage. Anybody here give me better coverage?
Put me in, coach. I can give you better coverage. Not only can I give you better coverage, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
Hey, where do you want this ladder?
Oh, come on, coach.
American Family Insurance.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There is also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
At Shell Community Federal Credit Union, you are important. We work hard to ensure you have the best banking experience possible. Whether you are inquiring about opening a savings account or wanting to learn more about a loan, our professionals are here to help you with any questions, and we will walk you through every step of the process. Since opening our doors in 1935, we've never forgotten that our members are our most important asset, which is why we continue to excel. For all your banking needs, Shell is the one place to go.
Under to Epinesa, layup good. There he is, under the basket for 2.
Yeah, he was too far under the basket and still was able to power his way back and up for his 11th point.
To the right corner, Golly has it, 32-24. Redbirds down by 8. Here's Caldwell backing it up. Coach Eric Smith Going with his starters. Golly inside. Glass and good. Bumped by Epinesa, and he still put it in.
Golly realized they overshifted on that 2-3 zone, leaving him a big seam all the way to the basket.
7:15 to go, third quarter, and 32-26 Tigers. Epinesa double team, gives the ball up, stolen away. Golly couldn't handle the pass. Here's Golly the other way. Latham for three. It's no good. Long rebound to Golly. Underneath. Harris lays it up and in.
And Harris has come to play tonight, hasn't he? Giving him a dozen points to lead the way for the Redbirds.
The senior, Paul Harris, making it a 4-point game. 32-28. Tigers, Mark Smith. Down to Epinesa. Left hand, no. And then Latham tipped it to Caldwell. Caldwell bumped, and he'll stop at the 3-point line, give it to Golly in the right corner. Jordan Golly to the top of the key, now to the baseline. Smith open, missed the shot. Epinesa rebound. Here's Mark Smith up the floor, 6:15 to go.
I was just thinking, looking at the score sheet, the Redbirds with a 3 in the first, a 3 in the second. They could use about 3 threes here in the third.
Underneath, Green has it. Out to Steven for three. It's good. Top of the key.
That's one of my personal favorite plays, the inside out. Once you enter the ball to the post, the perimeter guy is going to be wide open.
Foul on the wing. It's going to go on maybe Colley here, number 24. Edwardsville on the left wing, fouling Latham. And it is number 24 with his first. That's Colley.
Now, Edwardsville played that entire first half with only 3 team fouls.
8 for Alton in the first half. 7-point game after that 3 for the Tigers now. 35-28. Harris goes inside, goes to Smith. Little fadeaway, and he missed it, and then Harris got the rebound, and he was fouled by a Tiger.
Yeah, nice dump-off pass there. The problem is when you get that, you have to be ready to go up quickly before the defense has a chance to adjust.
And finally, A.J. Epinesa has a foul.
May that be the first of many. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud again.
He's been pretty physical underneath, and no fouls until now. On the right wing, it's Smith out to Golly. Latham moving away from the ball to the 3-point line, but Smith inside, missed it off the glass.
Still the right idea, took the ball right to Epinesa.
Right to the front of the rim he went. Smith missed it though. 5:15 to go, third quarter. 7-point game. Redbirds need some offense. They had 19 points in the first quarter. Only 9 since then. Here's Smith all the way down, up and in.
I was thinking just a second ago, I didn't know if he knew how close he was to the midcourt line. Just about stepped over it, and they're going to call an offensive foul there.
Latham charged with an offensive foul. The referee furthest away calls the charge.
Well, you know how I like to argue about the referees, but I have to agree with that call, so it definitely had to be wrong, right?
Latham with his second foul. And the Redbirds put some pressure on, but they're down by 9 now. And again, they've only scored 9 since the first quarter.
We're just 3 threes away from a tie.
Down to Epinesa it goes, and to the block, to the glass, and good.
And the Redbirds are not getting that help defense. They had him sandwiched earlier. Now go quickly the other way.
Harris lays it up and in as he beats the Tigers down the floor.
The quickness worked there as Harris has 14 on the evening, draws the Redbirds within 9.
39-30. Tigers up by 9 here at Alton High. Here's Smith. To the right wing, Colley will back it up to midcourt. Midway through the third quarter now. In front of a big crowd tonight. Friday night, Southwestern Conference basketball. First place, Edwardsville. Second place, Alton. Here's Green driving in, gives to Epinesa, but tipped away. Here's Latham up the floor, all the way down. Latham, finger roll, no, he missed it. Back comes Smith the other way. Smith inside, offensive foul called there. Golly draws a charge, even though he was pretty close to the basket.
He leaned in just a little bit, but he was there enough that the referee, who was ahead of the play, made the call, and now the referee and Coach Waldo are having a difference of opinions, I would say.
Coach Waldo talking about Mark Smith's second foul of the game. And the referees give an offensive foul on each end of the floor here in the third quarter. And the fouls are 3-1 right now. Edwardsville with 3 team fouls. Here's Caldwell into Smith. He's open in the lane. Missed it in the lane. Rebound. Smith has it. Trey Smith backs up. Fouled. Epinesa was there. Strohmeyer was there. The foul is going to be on maybe 33 again.
Yeah, Trey Smith, he's upset that he didn't make the shot. But young man, you're lucky your head's still attached the way they were flinging arms around there.
It's Epinesa again, 2 fouls.
Shall we ask for some more?
Smith at the line. Free throw, Alton, it's short, no good. And Smith will shoot again.
Smith's about a 50% free throw shooter. That's what the Redbirds wanted, as Epinesa is going to have a seat right now. Now the problem is, can you make hay while the sun shines?
So he goes to the bench for now here in the third quarter. 3:34 to go, third quarter. Smith hits the second free throw.
Quite logically, he's a 50% free throw shooter on the season or so. So he makes 1 out of 2, makes it an 8-point game.
And the Redbirds need to make a run here without Epinesa on the floor. 39-31. It's a 3-0 run, mini run for the Redbirds here. Smith gets his shot blocked, but it's a foul. Caldwell was up in the air and got him with the body hard there.
Well, Caldwell's going to get the foul, but I'll tell you the guy who's lost out there right now, Paul Harris had been leaning on and putting the forearm into Epinesa so much, it was like he was leaning on a tree. Now he doesn't know how to stand still.
Smith at the line, and you know what that means, up and in again. 15 points for Smith.
Sooner or later, he's going to miss one.
And most of those points from the free throw line. What is he, 9 for 9 now?
Yeah, he has 3 field goals, so there's 6 there.
Up and in again, 2 for 2 again. And it is 41-31. Redbirds down by 10 here at home. Here's Latham to the right corner. Caldwell misses a 3. Trimble grabs the rebound at 5'9".
Trimble waited for the big guy to bring it down and picked his pocket.
Stripped it away from Steven. Trimble left side to Latham, now right side to Caldwell. Inside to Smith. Trey leans in, good.
Good determination there as he took that one strong to the hole, able to pick up his 3rd point in the quarter, 9th point in the game.
Here's a double dribble. Mark Smith, turnover at the free throw line, and Coach Mike Waldo wants a timeout. 2:41 to go, third quarter. It's 41-33, Edwardsville leading by 8. It looks like a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here, and after the game, we'll announce our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game for you.
And then, of course, you want to make sure and stay tuned for game number 2.
Marquette and Breeze Central. We have sports talk tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. And we also have Illinois basketball Sunday night at Wisconsin here on the Big Z.
Well, I noticed that last night you got to talk to some of the girls on CM's team. Are you going to have some quotes from them?
Yeah, we're going to run some of those interviews. We'll have a whole segment on the CM Lady Eagles Regional Championship with Kaylee Eaton, Caitlin Turbyfill, Allie Treckler on Sports Talk tomorrow, and Coach Jonathan Denny as well.
Can you imagine how much fun that long bus ride home was after a win rather than a loss?
Yes, all the way from Salem back to the Riverbend. Inside, Paul Harris, spin move, left it short. Got his own rebound, and Epinesa in there. He can't get the rebound, but he's got another foul, and one for Caldwell.
I believe that foul is going to go on Epinesa, and that will be his 3rd. Redbirds doing exactly what they need to do to get back in this game and get the big boy out.
Well, Epinesa has his share of rebounds, but he's also been out-rebounded a bit when the Redbirds crash the boards on offense. Caldwell misses the free throw. Epinesa with 3 fouls, though.
Well, Epinesa is big, but he's kind of slow in there, and if you keep attacking, and that's exactly what the Redbirds are doing, good things will result.
41-35. It's a 6-point game. Harris and Epinesa bumping again.
Harris is back at home now. He said, there's a big boy I've been looking for.
Smith near midcourt. Now Epinesa all the way at half court with the basketball. Epinesa looking. Harris hounding him inside. Strohmeyer, left hand, no. Rebound. Steven is over the back, but it's going to be an Alton foul.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was rather easy. I could even make that call up here if you'd like me to.
1:46 to go, third quarter. It's a foul on Burnett, his third. Steven looked like he was over the back there. Steven misses a three, got his own rebound, got caught in the air. The Redbirds have it, lost it, they get it back. Trimble is fouled by a Tiger.
Looked like a pinball out there, didn't it? Just bouncing all over the place.
And the Tigers up to 6 team fouls. Redbirds with 3.
And the Redbirds just continuing to frustrate them. And of course, as a result, the foul situation starting to move over to the favor of the Redbirds. And right now, somebody move over on the bench because Epinesa is going to have another seat.
AJ with 3 fouls, all here in the third quarter. Here's Trimble out to Burnett. Burnett top of the key, back to Trimble. 1:20 to go, third quarter. Alton down by 6. Harris inside, rolls it up and in.
The Tigers that time looking for a charge. There wasn't going to be one called there. 16 points for Harris. He's having a tremendous night, both ends of the floor.
Yep, offense and defense for number 1 on his jersey, Paul Harris. 1 minute to go, inside Smith. He missed the open layup there, back door.
There are 2 or 3 times tonight where the back door's been open, but none more open than that, and yet the Redbirds dodge another bullet.
45 seconds left, third quarter. Tigers 41, Redbirds 37, 4-point game. The Redbirds were down by 6 at halftime. Now 32 seconds left, third quarter. Redbirds playing keep away right now.
Wait for that last shot. Go down by 2 or maybe even 1 as the quarter comes to an end.
Both coaches standing, yelling out at the floor. Eric Smith for Alton, Mike Waldo for Edwardsville. 13 seconds left, third quarter. Now 9 seconds left. Trimble between the circles to Burnett. Inside Harris on the block. Out to Burnett, long shot, good, and one. He was fouled, it went off the glass and went in.
It couldn't have happened any more perfectly for the Redbirds as they come up with a huge 3. Well, I told you they might get within 2 or 1. I should have continued that. A 4-play could tie this one up.
How about that on the right wing? You don't foul a 3-point shooter, and he was hit on the arm, and somehow left arm got it up there with his right arm. It went off the glass and went in.
And that is the first 3 of the quarter for the Redbirds. They've had 1 in each quarter. Now a big free throw could knock this baby up.
With 0.2 seconds left. 0.2. Burnett missed the free throw, and that is the end of the third quarter, and we have a game again. 41-40. It's a 1-point game. Tigers lead by 1 as we go to the fourth quarter. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
All right, sir, we finished all the services on your car. They'll take it over for your complimentary car wash, and they'll call you when it's ready.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467 2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Alton now within 1 point as they had a 5-point second quarter, and they make that up with a 16-point third quarter. Also after 3 quarters, CM leading Triad, we're told, 47-35. The Eagles by 12. Here, it's Edwardsville by 1, Gary.
Yes, indeed, and the Redbirds showed their resiliency as they battled back. It looked like at one point that the Tigers were going to run away and hide, but the Redbirds refused to go down easily, and now they have the ball to start the fourth quarter and a chance to take the lead.
Here we go, fourth quarter, and a 5-second call to start the quarter as Caldwell at the top of the key gets called for the turnover. Edwardsville ball.
You know, and I don't disagree with that call, but I do not like it. As long as they're trying to play basketball, let them play.
7:40 to go in the game. Edwardsville by a point. Here's the ball tipped into the backcourt. Redbirds hustling. Caldwell is going to get a bump and a foul.
Hustling a little bit too much. If there's one redeeming factor there, his slide came to an end before he crashed into the door.
Thought he was going to go through the doors out into the hallway there. And with 7:35 to go, the Redbirds were down by 11 at one point, their largest deficit tonight. They had a 7-point lead a couple of times early in the game. Here's Colley with it. Tigers have it. Strohmeyer spins on the block and he rolls it in left side.
And that's one thing you have to watch out for. Strohmeyer's made some good moves, but he hasn't been able to finish him most of the time tonight. He has 4. That's his first bucket since the first quarter.
Golly out to Smith. Trey, free throw line, gives to Latham. Marcus Latham backs it up. Smith for 3. He missed it. Rebound under there. It's Harris. He lays it up. No. And he fights for the rebound. Jump ball. The arrow to the Tigers.
Tell you what, the Tigers may get the ball, but Harris gets my vote. That was an outstanding effort, second effort, and third effort by that young man.
He's listed at 6'1", but he is playing big, real big tonight.
Well, as big as he may be playing, he's got an even bigger heart in there, I do believe.
16 points and a lot of rebounds. Maybe closing in on a double-double. Caldwell almost had a steal, and they call it over and back, saying that Edwardsville tipped it while it was still in the front court and it went to the back court. That was close.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, Coach Waldo's not really arguing the point very much, so that would lead me to believe that that was a correct call.
I might be arguing there. But the Redbirds have it. 6:40 to go now. Here's Caldwell to Trey Smith. Top of the key, Smith looking for Golly. He has it in the right corner, out to the top, gives to Harris. Harris picks up his dribble. Caldwell inside. Nice. Harris lays it in.
Give Caldwell an outstanding assist. Give Harris his 18th point of the game. Make this a 1-point game again.
43-42, Edwardsville by 1 point. 6:10 to go. Smith to Strohmeyer for 3, and it is good in the left corner.
The one thing you do not want to do is let that young man get free, get open, and get loose.
And get hot, because he hasn't done much till this fourth quarter. Trey Smith underneath, glass and good, and he's in double figures.
What do they say on that TV show? Good answer, good answer.
Real good answer for Alton there. It's 2-point game, timeout on the floor. 46-44, Tigers by 2. And it's a 30-second timeout as Trimble is going to check back in for the Redbirds, who are looking for win number 13 tonight.
And the Redbirds have really turned it up defensively, and as a result, they're getting hands in the passing lanes twice in a row down there. Edwardsville kind of lackadaisical with those lazy passes. Redbirds going to get those for a steal, and they'll convert at the other end.
Each team has 3 timeouts left here in the fourth quarter, so this fourth period may take a while. And we may have some free throws as the fouls are 8-4. Alton in the bonus, but the Redbirds' free throws have not been good tonight.
You know, one for 6 for the evening. Of course, you know that's going to improve in the fourth quarter, right?
1 for 6. Ouch.
Well, they didn't shoot any at all in the first quarter. Missed 2 in the second quarter. Then were 1 for 4 in the third quarter. Haven't shot a whole lot, that's for sure, for as well as they're going to the basket.
I didn't realize they only had one made free throw. That was Trey Smith in the third quarter. Tigers 46, Redbirds 44. Here comes Edwardsville into the front court. Alton man-to-man D. Here's Epinesa inside. Double team, missed it. Harris has another rebound.
Harris defended him, shut him off, and got the board.
Latham from the three-point line to Trimble. Inside, Trimble, what a move, missed it. Harris was hustle, saved it to Golly. Now to Trimble, out to Latham, it's Alton ball.
Harris is all over the floor tonight, isn't he?
Latham is fouled on his drive down the left side of the lane.
It'll be a 1-and-1 though, because that is the, ninth team foul?
Ninth team foul for the Tigers.
Will go against Colley, will be his third.
A lot of fouls for Edwardsville in this second half. We mentioned they only had 3 team fouls in the first half. Shot missed by Latham, another missed free throw. And here is a whistle and a foul on Golly at midcourt.
I'll tell you what, Coach Smith will take that kind of foul every day of the week.
First foul for Jordan Golly tonight. Team foul number 5. And Latham out, Burnett in, so Alton now with Trimble, Golly, Burnett, Harris, and Caldwell in the game. The Tigers have the orange here. The basketball belongs to Edwardsville with 5:10 to go in the game. Epinesa driving on Harris. He's fouled in the lane by Paul Harris.
And Harris realized he was going to take him to the hole, so he stopped him before he got the shot off.
So 3 fouls on Harris. Keep an eye on that. 5:06 to go.
Well, I think if Harris fouls out, the Redbirds ought to be allowed to put 2 guys in to replace him, because he's done 2 men work tonight.
Yes, he has. Maybe 2.5 men. 5 minutes left. Epinesa on Harris again. Glass and good. Epinesa for 2.
And you can tell there Harris realizing that third foul, didn't want to pick up the 4th one right here. So he contested, but then consented to the second bucket.
48-44. Tigers by 4. Here's Burnett to Caldwell. Top of the key. Burnett left wing. Now Harris underneath Golly. Knocked away by the Edwardsville defense. Latham right back in, and Redbirds want a shooter out there.
A little difficult shovel pass there. The Redbirds were fortunate that the Tigers got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds.
4:33 to go. Here's Harris giving the ball to Trimble. Alton ball. Trimble crossover dribble. Puts it up on the rim. No. Tigers rebound.
Harris was wanting that ball on the low post. He wants to take Epinesa to the basket to see if he can get that 4th foul.
4:15 to go in the ball game. 4th quarter. Live at Alton High. Redbirds down by 4.
No.
And Harris with a foul at midcourt there.
Yeah, and that's the bad part about it. He felt like with his quickness he had the advantage, but instead he's going to pick up the foul and he's going to have a seat. It's going to bring in off the bench there. Is that Trey Smith?
Looks like 12. Trey Smith back in.
Now the question is, how do you handle Epinesa inside?
With Harris picking up his 4th and 4 minutes to go. Epinesa at the line. Free throw good.
71% free throw shooter on the season. Epinesa right now is 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. Just picked up his 16th point. Looking for number 17 and looking to see if he can give his team a 6-point lead.
49-44, make it 50-44. He made them both. Here come the Redbirds. They need some offense. Golly on the baseline. Out to Trimble. Open 3. Good. Top of the key. Ty Trimble.
Trimble with his first points of the night. He was so sure of that one. He just sat there and enjoyed the view as it went through the air and through the net.
50-47. He cuts the lead in half from 6 to 3. Trey Smith guarding Epinesa, who's out at midcourt instead of under the basket.
Yeah.
That's fine. Fine with the Redbirds. 3:30 to go in the game. 3-point game. Smith underneath. Epinesa open. Missed the layup. Smith foul and one as Smith was on the other side of the basket.
Well, Smith started that off with a good drive and a good dish to Epinesa. I don't believe I've seen him miss that many shots under the basket like that, but give credit where credit is due to Smith. He was there on the backside for the rebound and the putback. He has 18, looking for 19.
And Harris is going to come right back in. That foul was on Trey Smith, his second. And the fouls are almost even now, 9-8. Free throw, good for Smith.
Well, I think Coach Smith realizes that if he doesn't have Harris in there, Epinesa is going to go to town. And even though he's risking that fifth foul, we're getting down to the final 3 minutes. No sense in leaving him on the bench.
Here's Trey Smith. Inside to Harris, up, and he rolls it in on a good feed from Trey Smith.
I forgot to mention that Harris is also a pretty good offensive threat, too, now with 20 points.
20 points for number one, Paul Harris. 53-49. It's a 4-point lead for the Tigers. They have the ball with 2:47 left in the game. Mark Smith with it. He's on the drive again, glass, and good again.
Well, a lot of people call this the Waldo stall, but he's not stalling. He's just spreading the floor out, looking for that exact thing to happen, a layup to develop.
Latham missed a three at the top, rebound Epinesa. It's a 3-on-1 for the Tigers, but they'll hold it up. And a foul, no, a timeout for Edwardsville, 2:23 to go. Full timeout. Tigers now up by 6 with the ball. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Calc Institute of Technology is working for you with career programs for today's jobs. As a career student, you can expect a welcoming atmosphere with exceptional personal service, small classes with one-on-one attention, a set class schedule, and short-term programs that will get you into the workforce quickly. Calc has 2 locations for your convenience located in both Alton and Fairview Heights. For more information, visit Calc online at www.calc.edu. Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Well, about a month ago, Alton lost at Edwardsville mid-January, 64-47. Tonight, 55-49. So far, it's a 6-point game. Tigers on top, 2:23 to go. And it's Edwardsville ball. Front court, man-to-man D for the Redbirds.
And Harris is back on the sideline.
And Epinesa has it, guarded by Trey Smith. Epinesa in midcourt puts the ball on the floor and throws it to the wing. Strohmeyer, guarded by Caldwell. Hands the ball off to Steven. Now Epinesa, 1:55 left. As Edwardsville spreads the floor, inside knocked away, and it's out of bounds. It's Alton ball, turnover.
That's a 50-50 call. I'm not sure they got it right, but there's nobody that's dressed out in red that's going to argue that one.
Ball kicked around by both players. Might have went off Trimble last, but Alton ball.
Hey, there's only 3 guys out there. They've only got 6 eyes. They can't see everything.
I got you. I got you. 1:44 left in the ball game. Caldwell underneath, missed it off the glass, and we have a foul called on maybe Harris.
Yeah, I can't believe that. He had position. The Tiger reached over his back, and that guy's going to go down and shoot free throws, and Harris is going to take a seat for the rest of the night at the 1:38 mark. 20 points. What a night.
What a night. Offense, defense. And not only defense, but you talk about defense on Epinesa. That's another level of defense.
He will sleep well tonight if he can get over the bumps and bruises.
Free throw, no good. Epinesa tips it out on a missed free throw by Strohmeyer there.
Strohmeyer, a 67% free throw shooter on the season. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Maybe he's the guy we want to look at to foul if we need to in the last 90 seconds.
Latham to Golly. Jordan Golly will go inside. Reverse layup. It goes in for Golly.
Golly got a kind roll there for his 4th point of the night. Don't look now, but the Redbirds coming back.
55-51, 4-point game. 1:15 to go. Smith not fouled. Latham fouls Colley away from the ball, I believe is the call here.
Yeah, it's going to send Colley to the free throw line, and I'm not sure I like that. Colley's an 83% free throw shooter, so if you've got any whammies left, put them on now.
He hasn't shot a free throw yet, but
he'll shoot 2 as they're in the double bonus.
In the air, good. Edwardsville in the 4th quarter hitting their free throws, 4 out of 5. 56-51. 57-51. Still a 2-possession game, though.
5 for 6 in the 4th quarter. 16 for 20 for the game. Edwardsville from the free throw line.
Golly in the corner, 1:05 to go. Golly into the lane, gives it to Trey Smith. His fadeaway is good. Timeout Alton. Smith hits for 13th, his 12th and 13th points, and 57-53, timeout Redbirds.
Yeah, and I like that penetration there, as it looked like he was going right into the lane strong. Then the little step back, the floater was good. There's no way you can defend that shot.
Each team has now used 3 of their 5 timeouts. 59.1 seconds left. Redbirds on defense, and they trail Gary by 4 points here.
Just a 2-possession game. Everything is well in hand for the Redbirds if they just work the defense and get a couple of stops. But then, of course, it's all important that you go down to the other end and get the shots to drop.
59.1 to go, and Edwardsville looking for win number 21. They are 20-4. And Tigers lead 57-53.
From the excitement of the Redbirds cheering section here, I think Elvis just entered the building.
Something. Redbird Nest making some noise. Here come the Tigers, though, up the floor. Mark Smith with the basketball into the lane. Alley-oop, Epinesa, jam. Jam time for Epinesa.
Epinesa much more effective down there than out at midcourt. Back the other way, the Redbirds with no quit.
Inside, Smith lays it up and in. Trey Smith for 2.
He's taking them on himself to see if he can keep the Redbirds machine going. He has 6 in the quarter, 15 for the game. It's a 4-point game once again.
Latham on that drive may have gotten hit in the face because he's shaken up, but then Trey Smith followed it up and in. 59-55, still a 4-point game. Now we're down to 34.9 to go.
Do not try to tell Latham that it's a non-contact sport.
That's right. Checking his left eye or maybe his nose as he got bumped on the drive, and then Trey Smith up and in, and Trey with a pretty solid game tonight too, with some buckets underneath.
Yeah, and I think if Epinesa goes back there in that corner, that the Redbirds are going to have to adjust their defense. If there's penetration going down the lane, whoever's got the guard out here at midcourt, he's going to have to drop off quickly to cut down that diagonal pass. Otherwise, Epinesa with a free path to the basket, not a good sign to the Redbirds.
Nope, that alley-oop turned into a dunk, and 19 points for Epinesa now. He had 9 at halftime. And the dunk gave the Tigers 59, and the Redbirds answered with a bucket. 59-55 ball game. 33 seconds left. Tigers throw it in. Here they come again. Edwardsville, Epinesa fouled by Caldwell. 25.7 to go.
Even though that is the 4th foul on Caldwell, I really agree with that. You've got to get the clock stopped and get the opportunity to get the ball back. And Epinesa, as we said, he's a 71% free throw shooter. He's 3 for 4 from there tonight.
25.7 to go. 2 free throws for number 33. Epinesa missed the first free throw. Will he miss another? It's a 2-possession game either way, and it's right now 59-55 Edwardsville.
And Edwardsville 5 for 7 here in the fourth quarter from the free throw line. Shall we make it 5 for 8?
Epinesa in the air, and this one is good. 20 for him tonight. Redbirds up the floor. Here comes Trimble. Trimble need to hurry here. 21 seconds left. Trimble into the lane. Epinesa bumped him, and he hit the shot. Trimble over Epinesa there.
I think maybe he bounced off of him because it seemed like after they hit, they parted ways amicably.
And a quick timeout called. And Alton calling a timeout. I believe it was Alton. And the Redbirds are now out of timeouts and trail by 3.
And that's one thing you have to make sure you let your players know. We cannot call a timeout now.
60-57 our score. 3-point game. Tigers lead. Tigers ball. 16.5 to go.
And of course the Redbirds, if they can get a stop and get the ball back, they can come down with a 3 and tie it. But if they give up the 2, they're going to have to come down quickly, because if they don't score before 5 seconds remaining on the clock, Edwardsville won't even have to inbound.
That's right. CM hanging on to win their game tonight at Triad, 60-54. So the Eagles win number 17 tonight.
What were we talking about? Parity in the area, various conferences, another good close game. And of course, we've got a barn burner here.
3-point game, late fourth quarter, just 16 seconds left. Edwardsville throwing it in. Smith on the sideline, fouled by Burnett, it looks like.
I think they wanted to get him a little bit quicker, but the referees didn't blow the whistle until they were sure there was a foul. The clock goes down to 13.9.
Fourth foul on Burnett, and Smith goes to the line. He hasn't missed. 11 for 11 in the game.
But now, what did I tell you? Sooner or later, we were going to get this job done.
One possession game, and he missed the first free throw.
Thank you very much.
Let's see if Gary has some more magic. That one was short, front rim. Still 60-57. Here's a big one. 13.9 to go. It's good. He makes it a 4-point lead.
A good thing there. Edwardsville calls a timeout. The Redbirds need that, because actually 13.9 to go, but the Redbirds only have about 6 seconds in which they need to score. Otherwise, Edwardsville takes the ball out and the game's over.
And if they hurry, they can get a 2 or a 3 here, as long as you go quick enough, fast enough down the floor. Even though you're down by 4, you can try to get a layup if you can and take the 2.
Well, you know what I would do? As lazy as I am, once I get across midcourt, I'd be ready to shoot so I didn't have to run any further.
Well, that's a good point, too.
Problem is, I probably wouldn't make it.
61-57, the Tigers by 4. Coming up on 9 o'clock, you're in tune to WBGZ Alton. And we still have another game to come here in the 9 o'clock hour. Later on, it will be Breeze Central at Marquette on the way.
And there is, of course, the possibility that these two teams could meet once again down the road.
In the Collinsville sectional. It could happen if they both win regional championships. They could meet again.
Playing like this, I have no doubt both of them can get the job done.
Alton and Edwardsville both playing well tonight. 61-57, Edwardsville. And the Redbirds need to go the length of the floor here. 61-57. Latham to throw it in. Tigers lead it. Here's Trimble up the floor. He's going to shoot a 3. No. Instead, he pops it out to Smith. Trey Smith for 3. It's good.
Will not do any good.
And Edwardsville will hold the ball. They don't need to throw it in. And a whistle and a foul away from the ball, but it comes after the buzzer. Coach Eric Smith wanted a foul before, and nope, that's going to be the ball game. 61-60 on a 3 by Trey Smith, but it took a little bit too much time.
Well, give Marcus Latham credit, because he was trying to do the impossible. He was trying to create the foul, which would stop the clock, and that was the only way that the Redbirds had a chance. But you talk about a team that lost 64-47 to this same team back in the middle of January. They've come a long ways, that's for certain.
And both teams' fans with a standing ovation here for this ball game tonight. And what a game in front of this big crowd. Tigers 61, Redbirds 60. Back with a post game in a moment. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.